Cameron Thompson was only 18 years old, a young woman with her whole life ahead of her. Her friends described her as vibrant and driven, with dreams of one day stepping into the bustling streets of New York City, where she could live out her passion for fashion and creativity. She had recently celebrated earning her high school diploma, a victory she fought hard to achieve after facing challenges that would have crushed most. For Cameron, the future seemed wide open, full of possibilities she couldn't wait to explore. But in the quiet streets of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, her story took a tragic turn. On a cold December night, Cameron's lifeless body was found just blocks away from her home, a chilling reminder that dreams can end in the blink of an eye. Multiple gunshot wounds spoke of a crime so violent, so deliberate, that it left an entire community searching for answers. Why Cameron? What could lead someone to take the life of a young woman with so much ahead of her? Was this the result of a simmering conflict, or something far more calculated? As investigators peeled back the layers of Cameron's life, they uncovered a chain of events that left everyone stunned and raised questions we're still struggling to answer. This is the story of Cameron Thompson, her extraordinary potential, and the tragedy that stopped her journey before it could truly begin. Welcome to True Crime Files, where we bring you the untold stories of real-life mysteries and the chilling events that change lives forever. Here we uncover the facts, explore the questions that demand answers, and examine the lives left shattered in the wake of unthinkable crimes. If you share our passion for truth, justice, and understanding the complexities behind these stories, you're in the right place. We invite you to subscribe to our channel and join a growing community of people who believe that every story deserves to be heard. And if you believe, like we do, that everyone deserves justice no matter who they are or where they come from, take a moment to like this video. Together we can shine a light on the stories that need to be told. Cameron Thompson's life was full of promise. At just 18 years old, she was known for her infectious energy, her unyielding ambition, and her ability to dream big in the face of challenges that many would find insurmountable. Cameron didn't just live in the present, she lived for the future. She spoke often of her plans to move to New York City, a place she saw as the epicenter of opportunity, where she could embrace her passion for fashion and creativity. For Cameron, the city wasn't just a destination, it was a symbol of freedom, of belonging, of becoming the person she knew she was meant to be. But Cameron's path to those dreams wasn't easy. As a Black transgender woman growing up in Alabama, she faced obstacles that most of her peers could not imagine. Discrimination was a constant shadow, both in her community and her school, yet she refused to be defined by prejudice. When traditional schooling became an environment too hostile to endure, Cameron took control of her education. She enrolled in an alternative program, working tirelessly to achieve her high school diploma. The day she graduated was a day of triumph, a victory not just over academics but over the stigma and bias that sought to hold her back. Her friends and family recall her resilience, her ability to find joy in the smallest victories, and her unwavering belief in herself. Cameron had a way of lighting up any room she walked into. She loved sharing her ideas, her creativity, and her plans. For her, the future wasn't just something to anticipate, it was something she was building piece by piece with every decision she made. But on December 16th, 2024, all of that was taken away. It was a cold night in Tuscaloosa, and the streets were quiet, as they often were during that time of year. Somewhere in that silence, the sound of gunfire broke the stillness. By the time authorities arrived, it was too late. Cameron Thompson was found just blocks from her home. Her life ended in an act of violence that stunned the community. The investigation quickly uncovered a troubling connection. The person accused of taking Cameron's life wasn't a stranger. It was someone she knew, someone she had interacted with before. A juvenile who would soon be charged as an adult for her murder. The details surrounding their relationship remain unclear, but what emerged was a story that hinted at tension, unresolved issues, and decisions that led to a tragic conclusion. Authorities suggested that the motive might be linked to a social media post. Just days before her death, Cameron had shared comments online about the suspect's orientation. What was meant as a post to express her thoughts may have sparked a confrontation that escalated in the worst way possible. For Cameron's mother, Nikki Matthews Cunningham, the loss was unbearable. She spoke openly about her belief that her daughter's death was more than a random act of violence. To her, it was a hate crime, a targeted attack on her daughter's identity as a Black transgender woman. Her voice joined those of activists and advocates who demanded answers, accountability, and justice for Cameron. But justice, in this case, comes with its own set of challenges. In Alabama, hate crime laws do not extend protections to gender identity. This legal gap means that even if bias was a factor in Cameron's murder, it may not be officially recognized in the courtroom. For many, this is not just a legal issue but a moral one, a reflection of a system that has yet to fully acknowledge and protect the lives of transgender individuals. Cameron's story is not isolated. Across the United States, Black transgender women face disproportionate levels of violence and discrimination. The numbers are stark, the stories haunting, and the need for change urgent. Advocates point to systemic issues, lack of legal protections, social stigmas, and a culture of silence that often surrounds these crimes. They argue that until these factors are addressed, stories like Cameron's will continue to repeat themselves. But amidst the grief and anger, there is also a call for hope. Cameron's life, though tragically cut short, is a reminder of the resilience and courage that so many in the transgender community embody every day. Her dreams of New York City, her determination to overcome challenges, and her belief in a better future are not forgotten. They are carried forward by those who knew her, those who loved her, and those who are inspired by her story. Her death is a call to action, a reminder that the fight for equality, safety, and justice is far from over. It challenges us to question the systems we live under, to advocate for change, and to ensure that the voices of the marginalized are heard. Cameron Thompson's story is a tragedy, but it is also a testament to the power of dreams, the strength of identity, and the urgency of justice. While her journey ended far out too soon, her legacy lives on, a spark in the ongoing fight for a world where everyone can live without fear, with dignity, and with the freedom to be who they are. What do you think motivated this tragedy? Was it a personal conflict that escalated beyond control, or does this case point to something deeper, a reflection of societal attitudes and prejudices that too often go unchecked? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective matters, and together we can uncover the layers of a story that needs to be understood. And as you think about this case, ask yourself, are the laws we have today truly enough to protect those who are most vulnerable? In a world where so many face discrimination simply for being who they are we doing enough to ensure their safety? If you believe there is more work to be done, let us know in the comments. Let this be a space for dialogue, for questions, and for seeking answers. If Cameron's story moved you, if it made you pause and reflect on the need for change, take a moment to like this video. Your engagement helps amplify her story and brings more attention to the issues that deserve it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Together, we can continue to raise awareness, demand justice, and shine a light on the voices that need to be heard.